Good morning, Arizona and the intergalactic listeners out
There
there.
you go. I'm still getting messages intergalactic. please.
You get all kinds of messages, don't
Yeah,
you?
there you go.
I saw
And
the
visitors.
tinfoil hat.
Anyway, I am John Lonis, owner of AutoWorks. I'm in the hot seat today, pretending that I know how to host a radio show. So I want to put out there the phone number to call in so you guys can chat with us and give us a topic to talk about because I am totally unprepared today.
Yep.
Phone number is 928-541-1016. Again, 928-541-1016. Cue it up so you guys can give us a call, and this is your show. So whatever car problems you have, whatever AI problems you're having, or anything that you want to talk about, give us a call because it's your show, as Tom says. So, sitting to the left of me, I got Desmond Creighton from Prescott Valley Transmissions. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, John. Good morning, guys. How you all doing?
I'm fine. How about you, brother man?
Doing good.
I hear you got a little project going on at your shop this morning, so that's good. You get to take a break right now, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, putting up new lifts today.
Yeehaw!
Hey,
All right.
we're already getting a call. Hey,
Southwest Truck and Auto has sent in Mark Kroll, the big guy over there that just knows
kahuna.
anything and everything about RVs, and he's got a gas whisperer and diesel whisperer in our song, but that'll be something else to
There
talk
you
about.
go. We could talk about that.
Looks like you got a clean haircut today and
I know,
shaved.
it's looking
Yeah.
spiffy.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
I know. So people stream us on kyca.info, and you can see the sharp-looking Mark Kroll this
You know
morning.
why I did that? Because it might have been a month or so ago. I got online with a lady show and saw how clear the pictures were, and then my wife said, "Mark, you can't go on there looking like a homeless man."
Yeah, you need to wear a clean shirt at
Yeah,
least.
exactly.
Oh,
It-
man. Terrible.
We won't
I've been
turn your
working
camera
all day,
on.
folks.
Yeah.
I've been working all day.
Yeah, we won't turn your camera on.
Somebody's got to pull the wagon. We all can't ride in it, Des.
And we've got the walking encyclopedia Ken Freund in today, so he's joining us today. So he's got all those neat, nifty technical questions out there, and he's got a couple of subjects he might be rambling about. How you doing today, Ken?
Oh, great. You know, I just spent the last 3 days in Phoenix.
Yeah.
You got it right.
It was so hot. At midnight, it was hotter than it gets here during noon, you know.
It
Yeah,
is.
I was
It's
down
so
there. What was
disgusting
it?
down there.
Yesterday. I was down there yesterday, and I was heading back up the hill by 9 o'clock in the morning. It was already 103. I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh,
Yeah.
God, get me out of here!"
I don't know how people do it. You know,
No.
so.
Yeah.
My newest technician, I wasn't here last weekend because I had a new technician move in. He came from Apache Junction,
Oh boy.
and we stuck him in our air-conditioned building this week. And he's freaking out. It's like, this is cold. Can I bring a jacket in? And he has sweatshirts. It's like, poor guy, you'll get acclimated. It's so much nicer up here. But wow,
My new builder, my build room is air conditioned, and he's just blown away. He's like, "I can't believe that you do that." And it's like, I don't want to be hot either.
all right, guys. It
Hey.
looks like we actually got somebody calling in.
Yay.
Malia, she's got a couple of questions. Are you there?
Hello.
Good
Yes.
morning.
Hello.
How you doing? What kind of questions do you have for us today? Let's see what we can
Actually,
answer.
I don't have a question. I have a comment about last week's show, if I may do that.
Oh, sure. I wasn't here, so you can't blame me.
Well,
John was telling me
someone
what to say.
called in or talked about German cars and kind of made them like they are not very good, especially Audi and Volkswagen. And I really don't appreciate that because in Prescott, number one, you see on every corner at least 5 German cars. I drive one myself. They're very good cars. Europe and the whole world is full of German cars. They wouldn't be sold if they wouldn't be good. So I think you should ease a little bit up on that. Would you please?
Absolutely, and I think there might have been a misunderstanding. So Mercedes, like personally, I love building Mercedes transmissions. I used to hate them. I didn't like working on them, and I had a business partner, and he kind of changed my mindset. And he told me, he said, I've never cut my hands on a Mercedes transmission. And then I started paying a whole lot more attention, and every edge of every machine surfaced was beveled and prepped and everything else. What we were speaking of is more of the corporation, the management, the ownership side, making bad decisions, like covering up diesel engine issues, and that was a ownership, management, CEO bad issue. The other ones with the other manufacturers, Nissan and all that, they know that they have a big problem. They're facing 18 class action lawsuits right this minute, but they're still not doing anything about it. And I want to be very, very clear when I say this. A problem with a company is a problem with the leadership, not the product. It is not the employee's fault. It's not the product's fault. It is the upper. If there's a problem in my shop, it's my problem. It is not my guy's fault. It's not. It's me. I take care of it. I address it. And so that's what I want to be very clear with you. I love Mercedes. I love working on them. I don't personally work on Volkswagens. I don't. They just give me fits. My shop fits, so I don't let them in the shop. But that doesn't mean that they're bad cars. But I don't like what the ownership is doing, the leadership of these new companies. And quite frankly, it's become a new trend that all of the manufacturers are using us, the people paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for these cars, as the test market, as the guinea pigs to see what works and what doesn't. And all in the interest of the almighty dollar. How can we get more profitable? And I don't agree with that at all. And I don't think it's a wise business decision, and they're in trouble because of it.
Can I chime in?
Sure.
I'd like to chime in also. It's Herr Freund hier und mein Familie war from Heidelberg, but I was a Dienstmeister for Mercedes-Benz. And I also worked at the national headquarters level for Volkswagen, Porsche, Audi.
Das ist sehr gut. Das war sehr gut. Da hast du viel gelernt.
Dankeschön. So anyway, but so I think I can speak pretty well for what the automotive situation is here in the country. I've also been a service director for a GM dealership, and also for Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, Renault, and so forth. And basically, all the companies now are making things too complicated, and they're pushing the limits of state of the art, and the results are that people are having problems that are almost unfixable. But I do believe, I've seen it over the years, that the German idea is, why make something simple when you can make it complicated? And
that's the German ingenuity.
Yeah,
that's our brain.
Yeah, they're great.
How we are wired.
Great engineers, but when some of this stuff gets out in the field, under more primitive conditions, that's where you have big problems with the complicated stuff.
I'll tell you, when the Mercedes transmission is working right, man, it is a fine Swiss watch.
Yeah.
The thing is just every throttle position, everything you're trying to do, it's always consistent, always the same. I love them. Bring me all the Mercedes. Everybody out there listening, bring me all your Mercedes. I love working on them. But the other stuff, Mark's
and I'll chime in. I work on RVs probably more than anybody else at the table, and
yep, we send them to you.
And with regard to the smaller motor homes, I really love working on the 3-liter Sprinter Mercedes diesels.
They are beautiful. I love the Sprinters.
They are really nice.
Oh, if I could live in one, I live in one.
Well, actually, you could call back later, and I have an older lady, a couple that's willing to sell one. Pretty nice. It's a Tiffin Wayfarer with a Mercedes-Benz 3.0 liter. And I'm also from German heritage. My grandfather came over from Berlin.
So listen, I really appreciate you calling in and calling us out. Definitely, please, everybody, feel free to this is your show, and if you don't agree with something we're saying, please bring it up. And I apologize that there was a misunderstanding.
And everybody keep buying those German cars. They are on the road. They are beautiful, and
they are
made to drive fast.
Now you're speaking my language.
Yes.
Thank you for calling in. We got another caller, so we're going to let you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wiedersehen.
All right, thanks. Okay, so thanks for the call. We do have to go for a break. And then after the break, we have Brianna calling in with a couple of questions, too. So if you want to call in, it is your show, 928-541-1016. We'll catch you after the break. All right, and we're back. Wow, that was a great commercial. Hopefully you guys were listening to the commercial break, because that
No,
last
I
one,
turned it as soon as I hear that guy. I turned it off.
We shut it down.
We also got to mention the other guy that's missing from our show today, Louis Gomez from Prescott Tire Pros.
Yep.
And he wrote a song doing an AI thing for the Arizona Drivetime team and show. But since he's not here, we're not going to spoil it and mess it all up with all kinds of weird questions and goofy stuff. So we're going to wait for him to come back in the studio, and then we'll debut it for you guys. And you guys can vote on a couple different versions.
Nice.
But we've got a caller on the line. Brianna, are you there? Something about a cabin air filter and some fuel injection. What you got going on?
Well, I have a question. It's kind of pressing. I'm kind of interested to know that if I put essential oil on my cabin air filter, will that enhance my driving experience? Can I do that?
Yes.
Okay, if you
I love
wanna
doing that.
do
I spray cologne on mine. Personally. I ain't even
Old-
kidding. Before
Old
I put
Spice,
it in there,
right?
no,
Route 33 for me.
Agua de Jo. I'm not even kidding. I keep it in my, and every time I do it, I give it a few good squirts, and my truck smells amazing for a few days. And
Yeah.
it doesn't last, but
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't hurt. The thing with trying to do that essential oil stuff is you can do it while it's still new and you go to put it in there, but it is behind the glove box, and to refresh it every few days, I would think would.
Pretty hard to get
no.
to.
No,
For-
that's a very short-term thing.
Yeah.
3 or 4 days is all I get out of it. But
Right.
Yeah.
hey, those 3 or 4 days, it's pleasant.
Yeah, that helps hide the smoker that was in the car. Yeah.
One concern I would have is that putting any kind of oil on that paper might actually clog the outer pores and reduce the airflow capability of the filter.
Yes, so you got to use it very sparingly.
Maybe if you get crazy with it. Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
going to dunk it in and wring it out like a
We're not trying to
K&N
do a
filter.
K&N filter here.
No, but essential oils usually are something you drip. Are they aerosolized?
No.
This is like the oil, the drip version. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd put a few drops in there. It ain't gonna hurt nothing.
10W40.
And the other thing I will tell you, Brianna, one thing I learned from a very smart AC guy, use the cheap cabin air filters. Those really expensive HEPA filters, they restrict flow so much. They're just, they're doing a good job not letting air through.
Yeah, that's the same thing I found out at my house. I used to use those really,
Yep.
and the last couple times they had the HVAC guy over. He said, "Throw this out." I said, "Well, that's the best you can get." He said, "No, that's the worst you can get. Get the cheapest you can get. It maximizes airflow."
And just replace it more often.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Awesome.
So-
And
Good
then what
to
do you have
know.
on fuel injection?
Well, I was curious, what exactly is a fuel induction service, and how do I know if I need one?
That's,
Ken,
I don't know.
You want to
There's
remember that one? Ken, our technical.
transmissions.
Okay, I'll kick it off. I was an ASC certified master tech, and I was also a technical service engineer for Champion Spark Plug Company, which used to do these fuel system cleanings. They actually built and sold these fuel injection cleaning systems. I would say, for the most part, it's not necessary. It's like you know what an upsell is?
Yes.
Oh wait.
Okay,
Unless
cool. We're
you-
going to have a debate going on.
Yes,
This
we
is-
are.
Unless you're having a problem. Now, if you're having you're getting a check engine light that has to do with the drivability or fuel injection, if you're having a misfire, if you're having any kind of bucking or anything like that, hard starting, you may need it. But the EPA requires a certain amount of fuel detergent additives in the gasoline now that they didn't used to do. It used to be the fuel injectors used to get all clogged up frequently, and now they last much longer. So it's not like, I don't think it's an automatic slam dunk where you should do it on a regular basis unless there is a specific reason for it. Anybody else?
Wouldn't
Yes.
a noticeable decline in fuel economy maybe be a lesser sign of that?
Yeah, and you could, there's ways to test for that, but your check engine light will tell you a lot.
So I gotta disagree.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, that
Especially
table's on the wrong side. We're on the right side. So
Yes.
go for it. And then I'll
especially
try to
with
wrap it
the
up. Yeah.
direct injection engines.
Oh yeah, that's
with
separate.
the direct injection engines, that's where the injector is actually in the combustion chamber. You need to be having that done every 15,000 miles.
Yeah.
I found that out with our little Kia.
It's
That
actually
was-
in the owner's manual. Take
Is
a
it?
look at it. Every 15,000 miles, it tells you
Yeah.
to do a fuel injection service on those.
You read
And
the book?
No, we have a BG rep. And that
Yeah.
BG rep, the Kia and Hyundai actually mention BG by name and mentions their formula of chemicals to use and how
Yeah.
often to use it.
Yeah.
But just to wrap this up, a real quick one, we did a lunch and learn this past Wednesday at my shop, and we were asking the technicians to help the advisors, explain what the fuel injection service is and what it does. And one of the best explanations that I got from one of my technicians was, look at your shower head at home. When it was brand new, it sprayed nice and pretty, and with all the hard water deposits we have, it starts to clog up. And so you use CLR to help remove a lot of that buildup and such. And so it's the same thing with fuel injection. There is slime, debris, condensation, moisture, all kinds of stuff that over time
Carbon.
does build up on it.
Yeah.
So it's not bad to do a fuel injection service, but check out your owner's manual. GM and Ford have actually signed up with BG Chemicals, and that is in their new 26 models. They actually have rebranded BG 44K, the fuel additive for the fuel tank, for their fuel systems.
Nice.
So depending on your car, you got to know
Yes.
a nice old 1970 El Camino.
Nope.
Don't
Don't
worry
need
about
it.
it. Nope. It's just a gas guzzler, and there's enough fuel that's going to wash everything out. But
Yeah.
But you
Well,
got a
my
new
bad
direct
on
injection.
not mentioning the gasoline direct injection. They're only a small percentage of the cars out there on the road, but they're gaining.
Absolutely.
And they do have a big problem with carbon buildup.
Absolutely. So that is a very new thing in the last 5 years that most manufacturers are doing some sort of direct injection because it's the maximum fuel efficiency.
Right.
So
all right.
anyway,
Thanks
thanks
for
for
your
the call. That was an
Yeah.
awesome call.
And just to finalize that,
dog's
at
so
our
weird.
shop, and I'm sure at everybody else's, you can get BG additives that'll help with that system.
Not me.
Yep.
We do transmissions.
They
Okay.
do transmissions. So
yeah.
leave them out. So. But thanks
Thank
for the
you
call.
all
Sounds
for
like you got some
clarifying
dogs
that.
you need to
That's really
go to
helpful.
attend to. So
Awesome.
have
Thanks
fun.
for the call.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
All right. If anybody else wants to call in, like we said, this is your show, 928-541-1016. We still got a half hour to go, so a few more
I think we
phone
should
calls
talk
would be
about
awesome.
AI in today's cars. We were joking about it before the show, and I was joking with my grandson. He was talking about the AI and how cool it is, and I asked him, I said, hey, did you ever see Terminator? And he gave me the deer in headlights look. But the reality is we're all seeing AI in cars, and we're all seeing it in just
Anything
Thursday.
everywhere.
We were sitting down for our lunch and learning meeting, and I saw that Obama had been arrested. It was CNN, and I was like, and I'm trying to watch it. I'm like, what's going on? And then Shannon came out, and she goes, oh, that's AI. And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be a good topic after our commercial break. We got to take a break, and so listen to the commercials and help support the sponsors of this show and us. We're local business owners here in Prescott and Prescott Valley, and we're just awesome people. And our listeners intergalactically are awesome people too. So we've got a break to go to. Give us a call, 928-541-1016, and we'll listen to you shortly. Thanks. All right, and we're back. Actually, I thought we were back about a minute ago because I just listened to Louis' commercial, and that's like minute and a half long, and wow. And yeah, Waters Garden Center is lucky to have them right next to them.
Exactly.
So,
That's why the Waters moved there, I think.
Probably, yeah. All right, everybody, this is your show, 928-541-1016, and we've got another caller. Maybe this is AI, because we were just talking about that, but
Is it a caller from AI?
it's showing that possibly Thom Tschetter, is calling in from the ranch. He's down there roping in the arena and stuff like that. So, Thom, are you there?
Hey, it's me. Can you hear me okay?
All right, it is the correct Thom we were guessing about.
Yeah. Sometimes we don't have a great connection from down here on the ranch. I don't have that, that stuff that
What did you say?
Elon Musk system. I don't have that down here.
So what's going on, Thom? How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. I actually was going to call in anyhow just to say hi to everyone and to let you all know that I'll be up there and be on the show live next week with you, whoever joins me.
Oh, I feel a cold coming on.
Yeah, we're all sick. Awesome. Wait a minute.
But Brianna's call caused me to really want to talk to you guys about something.
Okay.
I can tell you're an essential oils type of guy.
Yeah. If Brianna's listening, I'd like her to call back in and tell us what kind of car she has, because we never really helped her with her problem, whether she should get that fuel injector service done or not.
Right on.
Yeah.
I didn't even ask that.
Yeah.
She seems like a BMW driver.
I mean, I was sitting there chomping at the bit, listening and going, oh, actually, the horse was chomping at the bit. But anyhow, no, I was listening. I'm going, okay, well, what does she have? Can we help her? Can we help her? And I just couldn't get called in quick enough. So,
Awesome.
Anyhow, Brianna, if you're listening, call back. Let us know what kind of car you have, and so we can advise you more specifically on that one.
Or just stop by AutoWorks in Prescott Valley, Arizona, and give us a call, and we can sit there and we'll ramble with you and let you know what all's going on with your particular
any one of
vehicle.
those work.
Yeah.
Are you so not next weekend, but the weekend after? That's the expo, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll be speaking in San Antonio, a different ranch.
Got ranches all over the place, Tom.
Yeah.
I know. I got
I'll
to
be
cut his
speaking
pay.
at the Transmission Powertrain Expo down in San Antonio on the 7th.
Uh-huh.
And this is kind of a special one. I've spoken at their conventions every year since 1992.
Okay.
And this one's special because my son, who retired from the government, that's all I can say, 2 years ago now, he's also going to be speaking.
Right on.
Is he going to be telling stories about you and how you raised him?
No, I don't think so.
And
I think he's more afraid I'm going to be telling stories about him because there's stuff we're not supposed to know.
I was blessed by having John do a program for me, and he's way more interesting than you are, Tom.
So
Well,
who's
he's
going
done
to?
way more interesting stuff, I'll say that for sure.
Well, you guys are going to be busy because both Tom and I are going to be gone that weekend.
Oh, it should be an amazing show. So the listeners out there in the galaxy, 2 weeks away, just tune in. It's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be off the
So
hook.
if you ever saw the TV show The A-Team,
Mm-hmm.
that's what my son did as his career, is only really
He was
they
Mr.
didn't
T.
have a
He could
Mr.
lift up
T
vans?
and all those
And
other
a bunch of
guys.
gold chains? All right.
But he was running a Special Forces unit for our government. 85 successful missions behind enemy lines.
Nice. And they do have some amazing leadership in the special forces of the military.
And that's the
Right,
purpose.
and
Some of the books
If it's the same as the topic was with me, that's kind of like leadership.
Mm-hmm. I know
Yeah.
some of my favorite
It's-
books were done by
It's kind of
Coco.
self-directed work teams, though, because when they're on a mission, nobody can be there barking out orders. They all just have to peel off one after the other, knowing exactly what to do. They're teams of 8 to 12 guys, and Mark, that is what he's speaking on. Intradependent leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Tom, hang on the line because you were out there rambling that you wanted Brianna to call back in, and we've got another caller. It looks like Brianna wants to join in with us and Tom. So, Brianna, if you're in there, we're going to try to do this three-way call. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's going to go.
Okay.
So we were all guessing. Mark thought you drove a Dodge. Ken, I think you said Geo, wasn't it?
I was
said
thinking.
BMW.
I was thinking Rolls Royce.
What do you drive? What do you drive?
Oh, Rolls Royce would be nice.
Huh? You got
Austin
Mary
Martin.
Ridge?
But it's a 350 Lexus.
Awesome. I would definitely think about a Lexus isn't direct injection. How many miles do you got on it?
I don't know, close to, over 200 maybe? I'm not sure. I have to go look.
I don't think that would
I
be a
don't pay
bad idea
attention
to
to
get
that.
a.
over 200,000?
Yeah, I don't think a fuel injection service would be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Wouldn't hurt.
I'm leaning towards it, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Lexus is Toyota. That's an awesome vehicle out there that just goes tons of miles, so you're only halfway through its life. So
Yeah.
wouldn't be a bad idea to keep up with maintenance on it and stuff. And if you've got a favorite garage, go to that garage and build a reputation with them, and they'll know how you drive and how you treat your car, and they'll build a maintenance package to get another
What would you
200,000
do-
miles out of it.
What kind of maintenance package would you do a lead foot driver?
I know you're asking for a friend.
Change
for
the
a
rear,
friend.
change
For
the
a
rear
friend.
tires every 5,000.
Hey, Brianna, these guys are too shy to suggest this, but I'm not shy. Brianna, if you don't have a regular shop, you ought to choose one of the three that do general auto repair that you're speaking with today, or Louis, either one. I don't know if you live in Prescott or near Prescott Valley, but there are four expert hosts plus Ken. Ken doesn't have a shop, but any four of those guys you can trust for advice.
Yeah, if you're in Prescott, do Louis over at Prescott Tire Pros, and if you're in Dewey, Humboldt, or Prescott Valley, then come see Mark or myself. And if you've got the motorhome or something like that, then definitely visit Mark for that. But he's Kenworth's to Kia's.
Kia's I'll go
Kia's to
wrong
Kenworth.
way around.
Yeah.
Kia's to Kenworth.
Okay, something like
And,
that. So
and we have the gas whisperer that could help you with your Lexus.
yeah.
Awesome.
Nice to know.
Awesome. So
And I think I've got one in
Calling back
mind,
in
definitely.
because I wouldn't have been able to sleep tonight if I didn't get the answer to that question.
Well, at your age, how often can you sleep through the night, right? Aren't you getting up every couple hours, Tom?
Yeah.
I know that's starting to happen to me.
You know,
I'm only
I
50.
used to sleep like a baby. Now I sleep like an old man, and I'm still sleeping like a baby.
Yeah.
Waking up crying every 2 hours.
Awesome,
about
folks. Thanks for calling in. So,
Thank you.
Hey, John, throw out the number again.
All right, 928-541-1016. So 928-541-1016. Tom, if you're still on the line, I know you've got a 480 number 731 or
Oh, yeah.
771.
You can call me anytime. And if it goes to voicemail, leave me a detailed message. But it's 480-773-3131. 480-773-3131. Because we know your problems aren't only going to come up during this hour. So the rest of the week, that's the number to call, and I'll get you in touch with the right person to give you the answer if I can't answer it.
And he specializes in calls in the wee hours of the morning.
For Uber
Yeah,
Eats,
during one of my
He's not
my
he's not
wake-up
afraid.
breaks.
So
He's up every
everybody
couple
knows
hours, he can't
Tom
sleep.
is the brains behind the radio show. He really works hard and makes all this happen. I know I'm the executive producer, which means I write checks. But Tom is the brains, so
And
don't be afraid to call him.
yeah, and Tom, if you get a chance, you might want to stream us and take a look at how clean our desk is. We have absolutely no notes or paperwork in front of us. This is we are a paper-free show today.
Prepared. Good thing you're getting calls today.
Yeah, definitely.
So, guys, I know that the connection is sometimes weak. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I'll see you all next Saturday. I'll be there, and I'm going to listen to the rest of the show, though. So you're doing a great job, and let's hear about what you have to say about AI. I'm curious.
All right, I appreciate it. So thanks for the phone call, and thanks, Brianna, for calling back in again. And I'm getting the whip cracked over here. It's time to go for another break. So we're going to take another break. This is the fastest show on live radio station here in Prescott, downtown Prescott, on KYCA. So you can listen to us on FM 103.5, which is the only way I can listen to them in my new truck because I don't have AM. I didn't notice that in my Dodge. It doesn't have AM station.
I bet it doesn't have an 8-track player either.
No. But we've got to go to a break, so give us a call after the break, 928-541-1016, and we will see you shortly. All right, and we're back. Thanks for listening, and thanks for sticking through the break for us. We were just talking amongst ourselves about AI and stuff, and this is definitely not an AI show.
No, and
Those could run a little bit smoother, I believe. So.
I think it would. It'd be a little more polished.
Yeah.
Do you do you guys in the general repair world deal much with the AI? Are you seeing it affect you? Because in the transmissions, it's huge. It is just mind-numbing, the adaptives and the relearning and all that good stuff. Learning your driving styles, and it's huge.
I don't know. I wanted to refuse learning the AI and the Chat GPT and all that neat, wonderful stuff. But it is now just really invading my life and everything.
Yes.
So much stronger and forceful right now. I'm going to have to adapt. I don't like it
Or
because
get
I don't
left behind.
want computers learning and overtaking our thoughts in.
No,
Yeah.
I meant, okay, so in transmissions, back in the day, you wanted to make them shift firmer, you tightened up the clutches a little bit, you drilled the hole a little bit bigger, you did a little. Today, I'm building clutch packs so sloppy, I'm like, this is insanity. And the computer, through adaptive learning, and I call it a very basic form of artificial intelligence, it learns how you drive and it adapts the shifting to your driving style. And in transmissions, it is huge. And I was just curious, do you guys get that with the drivability side of it? Do injectors have to relearn? Does the timing have to relearn? Is this strictly a transmission thing? I get people all the time, they don't understand how their car could be driving beautiful and 160,000 miles and their check engine light comes on, and then there's a guy like me going, it's $5,000 for a tranny, and they go, but it was driving great. And I try to explain to people that the computer has been covering up wear and this failure for a while. So this has been happening for a long time, but you just didn't feel it because the computer is using intelligence.
More pressures, more clutches,
Yep.
trying to adapt and make it better.
I mean, and I can see the benefit of it, like with the solenoids. And Ford really started this off. ZF actually started this off, where the solenoids, they would test them, and if they leaked, they were bad. They went into the trash can. Well, today they measure how much do they leak, and then they number them, and then they build a computer strategy to overcome that leaky solenoid, which is mind-numbing. Which makes it real fun when you're programming computers and you need that strategy number. But so you guys don't deal with that. That's strictly a transmission thing.
Well, I was going to say that. I think I deal with it more on the business end, the front end, kind of like maybe what John was referring to, and Darwin's comment, adapt or die. So if we don't adapt along with AI, and I'm certainly behind the curve, but we have to.
Yep.
Or the new guys will.
Yes.
I would say that it hasn't gone as far and as deep as it is with the transmissions.
Okay.
But there is some stuff like with drivability, and it's been around for quite a while. Do you remember the term fuzzy logic? Yeah, that's where when it started being phased in, they called it fuzzy logic.
Yeah.
And it was like it wasn't yin or yang, and the computers had to make some decisions, and that's where it all started. But a lot of it has, like with timing. What they'll do is the computer will bump up the timing as you're driving to try to get better fuel economy, and then as soon as the engine engine starts to detonate, the detonation sensor will tell it, okay, that's enough, and it'll back off a little bit. So there's some intelligence there, artificial intelligence in a way there. But that's been going on for a while. And another side of it is with the technicians now. In a lot of the dealership level and stuff, when the technicians run into a problem and they type in to their system computer, I'm having this and that problem, AI will work with them and look through all the TSBs and all the information that they have on warranty problems and stuff, and give them a kind of a checklist of what to look for and what to test.
Yeah, and where our guys are all over that. When we're doing diags, it certainly helps us. We can get a guy that's good at diag. He's going to get us in the right church, maybe in the right pew, but AI will tell him where to sit in the pew.
Got you. So I know for me on the business side of it, I just bought the AI glasses so I can start making videos and clips and stuff for for advertising, and then also using my AI glasses to make training clips for my team. This is how you open the shop. This is how you close the shop. This is how you service a compressor. This is how you service the lift. And so I've just been running around. Everybody's been making fun of me with AI glasses on.
I might have to come by and take a look at this. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, we got
I'm
the same
still-
thing. We're doing the same thing, and it's smooth as silk.
And then I love, I bought one of the, I don't know the brand, I don't really care, one of the AI recorders, voice recorders, and I will set that down in the middle of a meeting, and it records the entire meeting, it transcribes the entire meeting, and then it'll like break it down, like if I'm having a disciplinary meeting, it'll break it down to, okay, this is what we discussed, this is our plan of attack, and it'll write it all up for me, and this is what we're going to do.
Yeah, it also has the ability, and like you, I can't remember the name. It's kind of a weird name, but it has the ability. You could set it down in a room with 5 conversations that could differentiate and line up whatever. It could record all 5 conversations at the same time and then segregate them.
Wow, this might be very useful at Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah. It's come a long way. In a lot of the shops I used to work in, the motto was, the beatings will continue until morale improves.
There you go.
And in the intergalactic world, we've been down that road for some time now.
Wow. All right. Well, when Thom was on the air earlier, we were talking, or we had missed a call from Linda. So she's off the air now, so hopefully she's still listening. But she had a couple of questions for the best fuel additive recommendation, or is there a fuel that already has the additive in that we would recommend? So I guess first let's talk about gas stations and their grade of fuels and stuff and see what's out there that everybody likes and prefers.
Chevron.
Me, I'm Chevron or Shell. Myself, Desmond,
Chevron. That's where I go. I've never had a fuel issue.
I like
That you know
Costco.
of.
There
Yes.
is, and Ken and I were talking about it earlier. There's grades, and I forget the acronym of the Department of Energy thing that evaluates grades of gasoline.
Tier 1.
But Costco has Tier 1. Chevron has Tier 1. Shell has Tier 1. I'm sure there's a few others. ExxonMobil. They all have Tier 1. Costco's the best bang for the buck, gasoline in general. And on the lower end, and not that they're not good, and most vehicles you won't notice a difference. But on the lower end are the generic ones like Circle K and the same. And I'm not slamming them. I'm just trying to address the question.
Yeah, Bill's Fuel on the corner in Yuma. You know that one you might wonder about.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah,
Kinda
they
stick
take
with
the
big
gas
brand.
out of the junkyard cars when they drain them.
So we're gonna let Ken stew and brew on this, and we're gonna get back to what type of additives. So we'll talk about the additives while we're on a break and figure out what we all agree on or disagree on. So we've got one more break, and we're almost out of time for today. So come on, give us a call, 928-541-1016. All right, and we are back. The fastest live talk radio show in Prescott or the intergalactic area, as Mark likes to say. And that was just his commercial we just listened to with Southwest Truck and RV. So the question that we were left and hanging on is, what's a good fuel additive or supplement to add to your tank? We had mentioned a few brands of gasoline stations that we all kind of prefer individually ourselves. But now Ken brought up a good point during our break is, are you trying to solve an issue, a drivability issue, by adding a fuel additive, or are you just trying to do a maintenance type thing? So, Ken, which way would you, if we're doing maintenance, what do you think?
Yeah, for just for everyday use and prevention, I think you're good with using something like Chevron with their Techron additive. It's more diluted. If you can buy Techron in a bottle for, I think it's roughly $9, and you can get that in most Chevron stations, and you can get it in most auto parts stores. It seems to be a good all-around additive that doesn't seem to have any downsides. It seems like if people dump too much in, it doesn't hurt anything. It does seem to work, without worry for risk of using the right amount or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is a good all-around. It's well recommended by a lot of people.
Yeah, just a good quality gasoline.
Yeah,
I
good
think.
quality for just maintaining your
Maintenance.
vehicle as a normal thing. But if you're trying to solve an issue, the Techron might be a little boost to try to help. And like I was mentioning earlier about talking about fuel injection, is BG is now really the manufacturers, our domestic manufacturers, are jumping on board with the BG chemicals. These guys are awesome with these chemicals. They have actually learned how to do something and solve issues. And with today's cars, with plastic intake manifold, aluminum head, and stainless steel valves, you've got so many different components that are heating and cooling at different times
Different
and
rates,
temperatures.
yeah.
So sometimes you do need a stronger chemical, and that's a product that I like to sell at my shop. Is called BG. As in Boy George, I guess. And that's just some really good, strong stuff that actually does a good job. And like I was saying, Ford and GM, they're now recommending that
I
in
need
their
to try that.
in their manual.
I still got that little kit at the shop for my engine to try when I got from you guys.
Yeah, I personally, I also sell BG, and I'm a believer in. I'm a hard sell, believe it or not. So when the BG rep came in and said this is good, I said, okay, yeah, everybody's snake oil's good.
Mm-hmm.
Why's yours going to be good? And he said, well, I'll tell you what. Put it in your next couple oil changes in your truck, and I have a twin turbo V6 in my F-150, and
it's definitely been working because you love those Fords.
You haven't,
do.
yeah, you have not burned up a turbo yet.
exactly. And,
We're all surprised.
On a serious note, it improved my fuel economy. And I'm the opposite of Desmond. I'm driving like grandpa, but I'm getting over 22 miles to the gallon.
That's amazing in a Ford product.
Yep.
Yes,
And in a truck.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
it's not my fault.
Yeah,
just like
tell
speed.
it to the officer. It's not my fault.
His transmission has adapted to his driving. It doesn't know below 55.
Yeah.
The valves are leaking off too much. So it's gotta
Sammy
dump in
Hagar,
more.
I can't
I'll
drive
tell you-
55.
I'll tell you, I'm the police do an amazing job out here, and I've been stopped a couple of times.
You
and
know
I
most
just,
of
dude,
them, don't you?
I don't lie.
goes to dinner
I
with
don't
them.
make excuses. I just, yes sir, I did it.
Here's a $100 bill. Please go.
Yeah, they give me a ticket and stuff, but I still have a clean driving record. So
You
I
went to
will say
traffic
that.
school.
He gets to go to school. Yeah.
Because I'm a nice guy and I'm not doing anything stupid, I usually just get wasting gas
Waste of
tickets.
finite resources. Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Plus, he's got like 3 different IDs, so he
No,
gets a
get
ticket
outta
under a
here.
different one because he can only go so often. So
One for
And
each
most of them I
personality.
fix their transmissions. So
And then the other half knows
I'm teasing, I'm
Shannon, and
teasing.
she bails you out.
yeah, I've told Shannon many times. She gets mad at me. She was like, "I'm not bailing you out if you get in trouble."
We're on the last lap, guys.
Are you kidding?
I know.
Already?
it's the
I just saw the
fastest
white
show.
flag. Yeah.
Wow.
Woohoo!
Holy moly.
So it's been a fun show, and we're just having fun listening to our listeners and getting questions and stuff like that.
So that BG stuff really works, huh?
Yes.
Really?
I'm a believer. I believe.
Well, I know I was talking to you because my engine's starting to smoke. I don't know why. 200,000 miles hard.
Oh,
miles.
rough,
Yeah,
hard
a
mileage.
full throttle.
And they were like, "Try this BG, see what happens." And I was like, "Maybe I will. Maybe I'll try it. See
Well,
if it helps."
MOA for that situation.
Yeah, for cleaning up the valves and rings and stuff
Right,
like that.
right.
That's what it does. It actually removes some of the carbon and buildup that's internally in the engine. And then there's also we'll do the oil change, and then there's an additive that we'll put in there after with the oil change. And yeah, that actually does help. I mean, yes, BG does preach, doing their oil services each visit. I'm a little bit of a tightwad, so
Yeah,
it's kind of like a treat whenever I go out for an ice cream every once in a while.
I do
Kinda
every
treat my
other,
car.
and like I said, I know it's more than paid for itself in fuel
Yeah.
economy.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely. That is
And
totally
we're
awesome.
now in the 2-minute warning. Let's run the 2-minute offense.
That's right. So
And here's a little factoid for you. I don't know if you know this or not, but the internal stresses in the engine increase with the square of the increase in speed. So at 4,000 RPMs, the engine is seeing the moving parts, the rotating mass is seeing 4 times as much stress on its surfaces as it is at 2,000.
Wow.
Or the same thing with 6,000 to 3,000.
Yeah, it was like 7.
Yeah.
So one of those
And-
dragsters just blow their motor into
And
the
another
stands.
thing is that as your speed increases on the road, the wind resistance increases with the square of the increase in speed. So you have 4 times as much wind resistance at 80 miles an hour as you do at 40. It's not double.
Coming
So-
from the guy that drove a bike across 6 continents, huh?
Yeah,
so
he,
you definitely
he
felt
knows
that
too
wind
much.
resistance.
So
Yeah.
he knows
Put a
too
smaller
much. So
pulley
we're,
on
we're
my
going to have to
supercharger. I
whack
got
him.
you.
I think he knows too
I
much.
had a lot of bugs in my teeth.
All right. All right. Well, this show went really fast this week.
it
We
did.
appreciate the calls. We appreciate the team that's in here. Mark Krull from Southwest Truck and Auto. Louis Gomez that's missing. Ken Freund, the Walking Dictionary Encyclopedia. And Desmond Creighton from Prescott Valley Transmissions. I really like that song, so I hope Louis is in next week so
Yeah.
we can play
Yeah.
it and we can talk
should
about it. And he
listen
can
to
tell
it.
us how he
Learn
created
to
it.
sing
So.
it, yeah.
I haven't listened to it yet.
so-
I'm sorry.
Thanks for listening to us on Drivetime AZ FM 103.5 and 1490 AM KYCA. And I'm glad you streamed us on kyca.info. And as Tom likes to say, have a great week. It's a great week to have.